Check a mic 1, check a mic 2.
Hi, Richard.
Hello.
Do you know about Sanda?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially like right now you see the biggest champions. Zhang Weili, she started as a Sanda lady. But if you go all the way back to the history of MMA in America, Sanda was heavily involved. Frank Shamrock, he started training heavily with Cung, and Cung is probably like the most famous Sanda champion that has ever lived from America.
Super exciting.
Yeah.
Cung.
Crazy takedowns. His scissor leg takedown was unstoppable. Then you have Zabit, I can't pronounce his last name.
Magomedsharipov.
Magomedsharipov?
Magomedsharipov. Zabit was awesome, and he was unstoppable.
He's world champion Sanda, is that right?
Yeah. Why did he stop? Do you know why?
Nobody knows.
Dang it.
He's like farming or something.
Yeah.
Simple life.
Something, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Zabit. But in America, there was KJ Noons. He was also like one of Nick Diaz's first huge competitors, and he was a Strikeforce champion from Houston. Pat Barry and Rose.
Namajunas.
Another hard name to say.
Namajunas?
Thug Rose.
Yeah, Thug Rose.
Namajunas.
Namajunas, I'm going to say.
It's Junas?
Yeah, let's agree to disagree. Anthony Rumble Johnson.
Wow.
Like a lot of people come from a...
Yeah, R.I.P. He might be my favorite Sanda guy that, yeah.
More than Cung.
It's different eras.
That's true.
I love Anthony Johnson's story of like how he went from like a lighter weight and he wasn't doing that well, and then he moved up in weight and he just became like the scariest guy. Like he was Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, he was.
At that time.
He was.
Like,
but from a smaller weight, which is more impressive.
Yeah.
Because what was he like? Was he 175 at his smallest?
he got to fight as a welterweight.
That's crazy.
What is Sanda?
So Sanda is basically a long time ago. They made the wushu. They started going away from the traditional arts and they made wushu.
Who's they?
In China.
Chinese.
They started doing more performance-based wushu. Like you see, Jet Li is probably one of the first big people to come out of that program. But then they also had to have because that's pure performance. It doesn't have any application to real-world fighting. And then you have the Sanda, which was the real-world application. So I think Sanda was made in you have to check me, 60s or 70s. Basically, it's like boxing, kickboxing, and then it has wrestling or judo throws. You get 1 point if you do a takedown and you land on an advantageous position. But if you do like a suicide takedown and you're on your back and the person is on top of you, it's no points. You get 2 points if you do a takedown and you're still standing. And then you get 3 points if you do a takedown above your head and you're still standing afterwards, or if you throw them out of the ring and you're still inside of the ring.
Violence.
So that happens? That happens a lot?
Oh yeah, it happens all the time.
It sounds so violent.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
and it's on a raised platform, usually about this tall.
So you could fall off the platform. So people always fall off the platform.
Yeah, that's a strategy. Is they push them towards the edge of the platform, and then once they're there, they just push them off, and that's 3 points. And if you get 3 points 3 times in one round, then the round is automatically over, and you go to the next round.
This is how Tim Ferriss became champion. He just pushed.
He just sumoed.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Sanda he did?
Yeah, it's got to be. Double check.
Or are there people that do both?
I believe there are people that do both, but usually if you want to be competitive in one or the other, you have to decide because they're completely different movements.
So what's your personal experience with Sanda?
So I came to Taiwan when I was 17, and we originally came here to do wushu, the performance stuff, but the coach at the school said, no, we have a real guy down in Taichung that can teach you real fighting, not the performance stuff, which ended up being really good for me because I really wanted to learn how to do like flips and stuff like Jet Li, but I'm not good at that. But the fighting stuff that fit for me. So I'm really glad they made that decision. It's wushu to Sanda, then Sanda to boxing.
And what's the relationship Sanda and boxing?
Because in Sanda you use the same hand movements as boxing. But I prefer boxing because you get your knees injured way less. And also I just really like the footwork of boxing.
Maybe because of the takedowns?
And mostly the kicks. It might be just me, but every time I kick, there's like a clash of knees or something happens and it just hurts. Always.
It sucks.
It does
I
suck.
don't like pain.
No, that's why you do jiu-jitsu. Just kidding. Just kidding. So how many Cung Lee like highlight clips are you gonna get in this?
All of them.
I want to see scissor leg takedowns like right now. His hardest fight was against Shoni Carter. He always fights with little underwears on. Yeah, smaller than other underwears.
Yeah.
It's very big here in
70s.
Taiwan.
Yeah, I don't know as much in Taiwan because when I came here, I mostly switched to boxing. No, I was already doing just boxing when I came here, so I'm not as familiar. Like as most as I know is from the MMA scene. You know, guys that we've trained with. I know Rocky, the Taiwanese UFC fighter. I think you guys know him.
Rocky Lee,
Yeah.
legend.
But
He's been on the
he
channel.
started with Sanda.
Would you recommend Sanda for a young MMA fighter?
Oh, absolutely. I think Sanda and BJJ is, everyone talks Muay Thai and BJJ, but Sanda and BJJ is really,
What
It's
is,
really
what
good.
is, do you see any advantages that Sanda has over Muay Thai?
yeah, because in Muay Thai you also have the clinch, but in Sanda your clinch is limited to 3 seconds. So if you don't do something within 3 seconds, the referee will break you up. So it teaches you to be more like explosive and come in. And if you're gonna set up a takedown or you're gonna start grappling with somebody, you have to be thinking a few moves in advance. You can't think like my goal is just to clinch the whole round. So it really sets you up for takedowns. Also, of course, that takedown can be coming to you, so you have defense, not just clinch defense, but actual someone trying to sweep your legs out from underneath you defense.
And how does the striking look different than Muay Thai?
You're not allowed to elbow or knee. It seems to be a little bit more poppy, like how boxing is, how you pop in and out.
Yeah,
Sanda seems to have more of that pop. I don't know why.
more pop.
Yeah, more popping in, popping out, footwork, jab. Well, the jab is the footwork. If you don't have good footwork, your jab is going to be useless because the jab is your weak arm. And your weak arm, you can't do it that many times. You have to get your footwork behind it. If you have no footwork behind it, then you can't pump your arm like that a million times. You have to use your feet. Because that's what it comes, when I was talking about like the Tai Chi and stuff. Can you guys use my feet? If you're just hitting the bag, you have to move back and forth like that. Like technically you should jump in like this and then jump back out. But if you can't have that space, then you can use your footwork. And then you feel yourself moving from the balls on the balls of your feet. It's very similar
So
to
rather
like
than
Tai Chi.
okay.
And that's why wrestlers, in my opinion, always pick up striking so well. You know, Bo Nickel, what's his name that fought GSP? Hendricks, Koscheck even. They all pick up striking really quickly. Usman, because they have that footwork. It's like the same exact footwork. Can I cry?
How long did you do Sanda for?
From 17 to 22, 21, 5 years. I did Sanda 5 years. And I became in 2002, I was the national champion for America.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fresh.
You didn't know that?
I didn't,
I should
didn't know that.
brag more. I
You
should
said
brag.
2000? 2002.
or 3.
National U.S. Sanda champion.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
For the Amateur Athletic Union, if people want
That's
to.
right.
Yeah, fact check me more.
Higher.
Do you have anything to plug?
Taipei Boxing, TPE_boxing. I'm coaching a lot more. I'm starting to coach more boxing, a lot more. Coaching my daughter to be some champion of something, who knows. Champion of being cute. And then that's it.
So let's drift away, hearts into one slow speed day.